Hello, welcome to this little video program about the best religion in the world. Do you have a religion? Well, maybe you're not quite sure. Maybe you're Christian. Maybe you're something else. I don't know. But there are quite a few religions in this world. There are Jewish religion, Orthodox Christian religion, Hinduist religion, Catholic religion, Islamic religion, and Protestant religions. I know that the Protestant, they are divided in several thousand sects being in conflict with each other, but I just use the word Protestant religion. Well, what is the best religion of the religions I've mentioned here? I can give you the answer right away. The best religion in the world is the Roman Catholic religion, and I'll explain you why. I'll also tell you that if you don't have a religion, you're not totally satisfied with the religion you have, you should use some time to study the Catholic religion and consider to convert to the Roman Catholic religion. It will take you maybe 1, maybe 2 years to study the content of the Catholic religion, because you can't just be accepted as a Catholic unless you have studied Catholic teaching before. You have to do that, and that will take you 1 or 2 years. But this is worthwhile. This is very useful and can have a great value for you in your personal life and for the future of you and your family. So go and study the Catholic religion. And now I'll give you the 10 reasons why this religion is the best religion in the world. First of all, it's the biggest religion and it's the oldest religion. It is 2,000 years old. Not even the Jewish religion is as old, because the Jewish religion we have today is another religion that was called Jewish religion 2,000 years ago. There was a long time where there didn't exist some real Jewish religion. The temple in Jerusalem was destroyed and the Jewish religion was gone. But it was re-established at around year 1200. So Roman Catholic religion is the oldest religion in the world. And now I don't take in consideration the Hinduist religion. Well, I could say it is even older, but the Hinduist religion is not one single religion. It is a sum of many, many different kinds of religions, and one of these religions is the Roman Catholic religion. Hinduism only means religion in India, and India, they have many, many religions. So Hinduism is not one single religious subject. But the Roman Catholic Church has been a united church ever since it was started. I know that some Orthodox split out, some Protestants split out, but seen as a whole, it has been a united church for 2,000 years. And we have 1.2 billion members. That means it's the biggest religion in the world. And a religion with that size and that age, it has shown its ability in the real world. It's like a soldier showing his ability in real war, in a battle. And there has been a religious battle going on for 2,000 years in Europe and in the world. Even today, this religious battle is going on with Islamism on one side, Protestantism on another side, and real Christianity, that is Roman Catholic Christianity, on its own, based in Rome as it has been all the time it has existed. So Roman Catholic religion is a very sound and stable ideology, a very sound and stable network of believers in Christianity. and the church is actually built not of stone, but of human beings. And all the time we are changing. At the Second Vatican Council, 1962 to 65, the church decided and called itself for human beings wandering against the truth. This was my own translation to English. But the idea is that the church is not a stable organization. It is an organization always transforming itself to be even better than before and to adapt to the realities of the present world. Well, now let's go to point number 2. Catholic religion has the best anthropology of any religion in this world. Anthropology means the view of human beings. First of all, we don't believe that only Catholic can go to heaven. The Muslims, they believe that only Muslims can go to heaven. And the Orthodox Christians in Russia then believe that only members of the Orthodox Christianity can go to heaven. That means Islam and Orthodox Russian Christianity, they agree that only we Muslims, only we Russian Christians, only we can go to heaven. That means the Russian Christians believe that in heaven everyone speaks Russian, and they won't even meet a Catholic or a Hindu or a Muslim. And that is pure nonsense. Unfortunately, the Muslims have exactly the same idea. They think you can only go to heaven if you are a Muslim. That means they believe they'll go to heaven and only meet their fellow Muslims in heaven. All the rest of us will be in hell. This is what I would call supremacist religion. Orthodox Russian Christianity and Islam, they are supremacist religions believing that they are better than all the rest and that God loves the members of these religions but not anyone else. This is totally against the faith of Roman Catholics. We believe that everyone can go to heaven, no matter what religion you have. But we promote the Christianity, the Christian religion, like Jesus. He, I would say, founded it because this is our language, this is our mythology, this is our faith. And we encourage everyone who is not satisfied with his or her religion to consider converting to our religion, because, as I have said before several times, there is no better religion than the one I'm talking about here. Our anthropology is the idea that everyone can go to heaven. And second, human beings are not evil, they are good. Lutherans believe that human beings are evil. They always have bad intentions and always try to do bad things against each other. That's why in all Lutheran states, the police, the military, and the power of the state is enormous compared to the size of the society. That is because they want to control the citizens. That's why we pay 60% of our income in tax. It is to afford the politicians and the bureaucrats and the police that has the job to control us. Roman Catholics believe in personal freedom. We believe that we are able to choose between good and bad, and when we have the freedom, we always choose the good. The Lutherans believe that human beings have no free will. They always do bad things. So Roman Catholicism and Lutheranism is the opposite view of what a human being is. When you go to Islam, they believe that you really don't have a free will either. They don't say like Martin Luther that you are evil, but they say you can't do anything without God allowing you to do it. That's why Muslims always say, Inshallah, Inshallah, Inshallah. That means if God wants it. But in Christianity, God has given us the freedom to decide ourselves. You don't have to ask God every time you take a decision. You can ask yourself. You have a little bit of the mind of God in your head because in some way you are a small God. Well, actually, Jesus, he said, you can read it in the Bible, he said, all of you are gods. That doesn't mean that we have the same ability as our Father in heaven. Of course not. We are human beings. But in every human being, in every human mind, there is a core of holiness, a core of the idea trying to do the best. There is the love for all other human beings and for ourselves, for our wives, our children, our family, our fellow countrymen, and for all citizens in the world. This is the nature of human beings. According to Catholic view, human beings are good, trying to do the good. And if you give us freedom, we'll certainly do our best. But if you suppress us, if we live in a government that is immoral, that is unfair, that represses us, that kills our family, that jails us, that don't allow us to express our feelings and our points of view, then certainly we will be evil, because this is not freedom. This is a perversion of the possibility of freedom. And that is what is happening in Europe. In a lot of European countries, we don't have freedom of speech. And when you don't have freedom of speech, you don't have real democracy. And then you are suppressing human beings. That is against the view of what is good for a human being, against the human nature according to Roman Catholic faith. Well, I said we have this anthropology. We want to have freedom because we believe that God created our freedom of will because he wanted us to create a society where we could express ourselves and choose ourselves. Now I'm at point number 5 on my list. The Catholic religion is a united religion. Members of the Catholic Church are everyone who has been baptized the real way. That means also other Christians, Protestant Christians, that has a legitimate baptism. They are not fully members of the Roman Catholic Church because they only have received one sacrament. We have 7 sacraments. When you have only received one sacrament, well, you're loosely connected to the Church, but you cannot call yourself a Catholic. But if you receive more sacraments, for example, the sacrament of confessions and other sacraments, then you will be fully united with the Roman Catholic Church, and then you can call yourself a Catholic. We believe in unity, and Catholics are the Catholics living in this world. Also the Catholics in heaven. In heaven there are billions of Catholics. In purgatory there are Catholics too. They'll get out of purgatory at some time, and I hope they will go to heaven. But in hell we have no Catholics. That means a Catholic can be in this world, in purgatory, or in heaven. And that means there are many, many, many more Catholics than you can meet in this world. And in this world you can meet 1.2 billion Catholics. It's the biggest religion in the world. To show our unity, we have a Pope in Rome. And this Pope is a part of the apostolic succession. That means the authority that it has been giving him through the popes and the line of bishops, going from Jesus to Peter and to the whole line of popes up to today, Pope Francis, living in Rome. He's a very good pope, and in average, every pope has the power for 8 years. That's the average. If you take all the years we've had a Catholic Church and divided them up in the number of popes, you get the number 8. That means the average time of being a pope is 8 years. Well, now we come to the idea of unity. Jesus, he wanted all Christians to be united. Therefore, we promote the idea of unity. One pope and many Christian churches. We want people to convert to Catholic religion, but we also want non-Catholic churches to unite with our church. You can unite without being a Catholic just like me. For example, in Turkey, in Egypt, and in the Middle East, there are quite a few Orthodox churches united with the Pope in Rome. And that means that these churches are a part of the global network of Christians. And that is a very good thing, because when you're many Christians, you're stronger than if you're only a few. And today, we're living in a time with religious conflicts. Christians, many places in the world, they are being killed by extremist Muslims. These years, there's been so many killings of Christian monks, Christian nuns, and holy sisters, and also of lay Christians, that it has been maybe the time in the whole history of the church with most Christians being killed because they are Christians. So we have a lot of saints today, and we get more and more saints every time they kill a new Catholic. Well, I think I'm here at point number 9. Catholic Church is against political extremism. We are against socialism and extreme liberalism. Extreme liberalism is also called anarchism. We are against that. Anarchist is a very unuseful, very harmful ideology, because if you have an anarchist society, then the army will have the power, and the rich people, the capitalists, the big conglomerates of big capital, mostly under the leadership of the Jews, will have the power in a totally liberal anarchist society. That's why we don't want an anarchist society. But we also don't want a socialist and communist society, because in socialist societies, the state decides everything. We don't think the state shall decide about your life and my life. We shall have the right to decide ourselves, and therefore the state should not be allowed to take 60% of our income in tax, because they use these 60% to promote the religion and the political ideology of the majority of politicians here in Denmark. And that means they want to promote atheist Lutheran Christianity and Americanism, because Americanism is the political ideology for the political prostitutes running Denmark today. Last but not least, I want to say that the basic idea of Roman Catholicism is to create freedom of choice for human beings. We have the intention of doing the good things for others and the good for ourselves. So we are able to tackle freedom. Actually, we are created for freedom. We can't have a happy life, and we can't make a good world as long as we don't have freedom to express ourselves, to start up our own businesses, to educate ourselves, and to do all what we want and need to have a meaningful life. Therefore, the idea of freedom of choice, is the core of Catholic belief. The Catholic belief is not only a belief of how we have to live like Catholics. It's a faith about how the society and how the world should be. And the world and society should have the mark, the basic structure, the basic concept of freedom as the core concept. Freedom for everybody to form their own life and to create their own happiness. And if you want to be a part of this process, if you want to be a part of a network believing in Jesus Christ and His Holy Mother, Virgin Mary. I haven't said much about Virgin Mary, but she's a very important person in the Catholic religion. She's the Mother of God, and she's the ideal of how human beings, especially women, should be if they want to be happy and have success in marriage and in their life altogether. So Catholic religion is the idea of forming your life for what you can read in the gospel, not to live like Jesus Christ, no, not to live like Virgin Mary, but to take the inspiration from these two persons and form a happy life for yourself, your family, and all the people that you care about. Thank you for listening.